Greetings, y'all. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. So is Shaquille O'Neal. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Milwaukee, where the Bucks will be going up against...
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Sports for this NBA presentation. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan and Dave. Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the...
Well, guys, Victor Oladipo trained with Dwayne Wade heading into last season. Now, Wade says...
He's definitely on an upward trajectory, D.A. Thank you. And a long way to go, Brent, but there are some early signs of a legitimate playoff contender, championship contender.
When we talk about that, Kevin, you and I always are leery of the fact of how many of these guys have had the experience of being scarred up in the early rounds of the playoffs, having to advance or beat a team that's proven before. Right now, there are some teams out there that are raising our eyebrows where we think they're going to have an opportunity if they keep growing like this and they keep finding this type of consistency. They could be dangerous.
You'd like to think they're going to use those scars, as you say, from the past and motivate them even more.
Well, those are the teams who we believe can always take the next step.
Sure.
It's the young teams that are unproven, even though they're playing well, where we sometimes wonder, will they be able to maintain this kind of focus come playoff?
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Indiana, Sabonis and Turner inside. Filling out the wings, it's Oladipo and Bogdanovic. And it's Joseph in at the one spot. Shots good by Middleton.
Good awareness from EB there. He knows that's his job. Get the ball to the open guys as the point guard.
Turner misses the layup. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Joseph against Bledsoe. Passes to Lopez. And it's sent back by Turner. And here's the fast break. Oladipo leading the way. And that one's on target from the wing.
And that's what we mean by combo guard skills right there. Kept his head up and found the open man.
Bledsoe against Joseph. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Eric Bledsoe at one point, Brent, maybe the best defender in the league at the point guard position. Multiple knee surgeries later. Where do you think he stands now?
I think there's been some regression from what he could do athletically, Kevin. So now you have to start to rely on your skill. His offensive game has grown a little bit, and he's around a superstar. That should make it easier to set up some opportunities where he could be more consistent offensively, especially shooting the basketball.
Antetokounmpo, no good.
The offense sputtering just a bit here, 1 for 4 in the game.
Pacers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Joseph dishes to Oladipo. Chance there to take the lead, missing. Bledsoe passes to Antetokounmpo. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oladipo. And while we've got this moment here, now let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. The Bucks second, and third, the Pacers.
And these are two teams that excel at punishing opponents for their mistakes. I mean, they certainly did that last season.
Milwaukee, no good that time either. Deflects the pass. It's 2-on-1. Up the floor. And Middleton the bucket on the assist by Bledsoe. Middleton's got his second basket of the night.
Out quickly, then the beautiful execution. You can't do it any better.
Well, there's running the floor, and then there's running the floor with purpose. And I love the energy on this play.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And Joseph kicks to Oladipo. Turner with the screen. Back to Joseph. Here's the 3. Rebounded by Snell. Milwaukee in the lead. To the inside. It's stolen by Oladipo. Floats one. Shot by Joseph, no good. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo, buries it down low.
He's a hard guy to guard everywhere on the floor, but more than anywhere else, Giannis can get you in the paint. That's where he lives.
To the inside, Turner, and it's Turner finishing it off.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
Well, that's a play that only works by practicing over and over and having a great rhythm with your teammate. You could see the timing there. Yeah, a bit frigid to begin this one. Just can't make anything to get the game started.
Good on the bucket.
Well, Sabonis can play there on the block. That's where he did a lot of damage in college, so him working inside, that's a good sign.
Antetokounmpo dishes to Lopez. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
Young's checked in for Turner. The Bucks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Well, the Bucks, this is a franchise that for a long time just was treading water and chasing after a 7th or an 8th seed on the back end of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Not so much anymore. With Giannis Antetokounmpo leading the charge, the opportunity for the Bucks to do some damage in the playoffs is here.
Down low, Sabonis with the steal. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Lopez with the bucket.
Yep, that's a great look from Giannis there.
On the possession here, trailing by 2. And there's always pressure when you have a superstar player, Brent. And the Bucks are trying to capitalize on that window right now.
And I think Giannis, even though he's young, understands that great players are judged on how far they can push their teams. What type of postseason success can the Milwaukee Bucks have around what it is that Giannis can bring to the table? He wants to retire in a Bucks uniform. He's said that before, but winning makes that decision a lot easier. And maybe with the coaching change, they'll get there.
Sinks that one from the post. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
That's a nice move on the bounce from Giannis, showing that the tools are getting sharper.
Screen by Sabonis. Bogdanovic passes to Oladipo. A three-pointer off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Lopez, a screen on Young.
When you think about a coach looking into the eyes of one of his players and telling him to match up with Giannis Antetokounmpo and all the things that he brings to the table, that's a long night of restlessness before you match up. Press up on him, he'll blow by you. In transition, he's at the rim in 2 dribbles. Tough to stop that kid.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Sabonis. And Tyreek Evans subbed in for Bogdanovic. Shot by Joseph, no good.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Antetokounmpo covers so much ground, Brent. He can almost go the entire length of the court in 2 dribbles.
Well, once he gets around towards the rim, his reach can make it seem like defenders aren't even there. Not just one defender, but multiple defenders. So it's unfair already, and you add that athleticism to what he can do. Wow, unstoppable offensive force.
And Joseph kicks to O'Quinn. Oladipo for 3. It doesn't go for him. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Bledsoe dishes to Snell. Pass to Lopez. In the corner, Middleton with it. Here's Bledsoe. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Charlotte. Clock at 6. With some arc, and they pick up 2. Bledsoe's got 6.
About the soft touch of Bledsoe that time. Awesome job of arcing the ball, the floater high up into the air to get 2.
Antetokounmpo on the double team. He was all alone on that one.
Yeah, I feel for him right now, guys. He's much better than this 1-for-4 start. He just needs to relax a little bit out there and let that game come around to him.
Bledsoe passes to Lopez. Lopez, a screen on Joseph. Stolen by Joseph. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Oladipo's running. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
2013, Victor Oladipo heard his name second in that draft. One of the best shooting guards in the league and getting better.
Oladipo hits them both.
And you can feel that Oladipo was on the verge of a breakthrough, and boy, did he ever. Everything came together for him, and he is now not only an elite scorer, but an all-star. Can attack from any distance and has a variety of ways to hurt the defense.
So it's the Pacers now. It's a three-point game, and Joseph kicks to O'Quinn. From downtown, and Corey Joseph with the three. He has 6.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Young against Antetokounmpo to the wing on the left. Here's Bledsoe. Antetokounmpo passes to Bledsoe. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. For moments during that quarter, it felt like a one-man wrecking crew. It seemed he was doing everything out there. We'll take a quick break and then... Back to the action here. Already a superstar. Antetokounmpo talked about how much...
I'm just trying to focus on the court.
I think he's already a top 10 player with his skill set and physical tools, Greg. He can be an all-time great.
He's shown the dedication. I think he's only going to get better.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Well, that's a quick way to build the lead. But, Greg, can they sustain this kind of effort all night long? We'll see.
Middleton and Giannis are your small and power forwards. Then there's Maker. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Connaughton in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
Giannis bringing it down, using that sensational length to get that finish.
Evans kicks to O'Quinn. McDermott, no one around him. Nailed from three-point land. McDermott's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And when the D is this non-existent, it's pretty easy for shooters. Fishing with dynamite.
Now here's Middleton. He's guarded closely. Connaughton passes to Middleton. Just 5 on the clock. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And now we get a moment to see the number for Tyreke Evans. Good season for him last year. He averaged about 19 points a game last year. 5 assists and 5 rebounds. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
And here's Brogdon from the arc. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Oladipo outside. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between 3-pointers and 2-pointers tonight for the Pacers. Last outing for Indiana, they won that game against Memphis. Brogdon the pass to Maker. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, we heard the great Kevin Garnett say that Thon Maker might earn a league MVP before it's all said and done. Wow, that's rarefied air. I'm not sure about that, but his size and skill and the combination of both is intriguing.
He's off on the second. And Brent, you feel the Bucks are big believers in the potential of Thon Maker.
Well, they have to be. They selected him 10th back in 2016 in the draft, and some expected him to go at least 10 slots lower than that. But his combination of length and athleticism, the ability to shoot the ball, especially from the corners at his size, he's an interesting prospect for this roster.
Tipped away. Oladipo. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's on Thon Maker.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Pacers shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. The Pacers making a change here. Turner's checked in. The big changes in defensive rules happened right in the middle of your playing days. How did people initially react to those?
Well, a lot of guys had 3 quick fouls, Kevin, because they're out hand checking and pushing guys around. And they say, what do you mean I can't do this anymore? I get paid to push guys around. But after a little while, obviously, guys stepping off and understanding positions on the floor where you could get away with more physical play than you can out in front with point guards, obviously, and having refs' eyes on them or down on the block.
Brogdon kicks to Antetokounmpo. It's got a bounce. The Pacers will take it. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Milwaukee. On Monday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the New York Knicks. Then on Wednesday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And for their matchup with the Magic, this is a game that they are expected to win. But sometimes those are the kind of games where you get a little bit sloppy and start looking ahead. Either way, they'll need to put in tremendous effort to walk away with the victory.
Well, the positioning of Thon Maker is going to help him be a much more dependable shot blocker.
Tipped away. Evans with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Good on that shot. And with that, the Bucks' lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Turner.
Now you could just tell in his gait and in the look on his face, he's in a great rhythm after a terrific first quarter. He is feeling it here in the second.
And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. While there's a break in the action, let's take a look at the players who had the most steals in the league last season. Number 1, Victor Oladipo. Third is Eric Bledsoe.
And with all the steals these two came away with, they probably put a thought in the back of every opponent's head, and it wasn't a very good thought.
Here's Maker. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Maker's got 5 now.
Maker continuing to show different parts of his game. That time, mid-range.
Turner with the screen. Feeds it to Evans. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Brogdon kicks to Antetokounmpo. Here's Middleton. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
But it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
Eric Bledsoe's checked in for the Bucks. Tyreke Evans not the biggest free agent this past offseason, but Greg, many teams vied for his services.
Pacers were able to win out, and he should be a good fit. Can act as another playmaker and ball handler for the team. Turned down playing with the Warriors, Lakers, and Thunder to come to this Indiana squad.
And that's just some big-time muscle moves right there from Evans, getting to the hoop, even with the harm.
Bogdanovich is checked in for the Pacers.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
And stolen by Bogdanovich. Here's Young, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
But beyond the physical stuff, what I like about Giannis right now is the feel for the game. That time, great timing defensively.
And Oladipo kicks to Evans. Oladipo outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And another shot. With the clock winding down. Rebounded by Maker.
Oh, the D did just enough to keep him from scoring. Thought that was in for sure.
Back to Snell. And the basket by Maker. Maker's got the game tied up here for the Bucks.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
To the paint. That's tipped.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
From down in the low post, it goes. Maker's got 9 points in the quarter.
Well, he hasn't missed yet, guys, and the defense is scrambling for answers to stop this hot start.
Cloak loose. Fast break, Milwaukee. And Antetokounmpo gets to go. Antetokounmpo's got 14 points.
This guy upping his scoring average every year. Tonight's effort's only going to increase the chances of Giannis to do that again maybe this season.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Milwaukee team.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Ilyasova's checked in. Sabonis, he's checked in for the Pacers. Corey Joseph comes in for Victor Oladipo.
Well, Evans soaring to the rim there. Nice to see the big guard get up and throw it down.
So many teams switching the pick and roll, and we can see it defensively, what it does. How are offenses countering that?
I think the offense is what they're doing, Kevin, is being selective as to who it is comes out to set the pick. If I'm Steph Curry or I'm Kyrie Irving, and I know that there's a big defender guarding my 4-man or my 5-man, I'm going to call that screen up to the top of the key and make sure that I can go at the weaker defender that's guarding either one of my players to gain advantage.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you. Inside, Turner. It's deflected. Here's Connaughton, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And checking out the numbers for Joseph, how he performed last season. Averaged 8 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
Got a hand on it.
Ilyasova not known for his defense, but with the length he has on those arms of his, he got to the ball.
Bledsoe passes to Ilyasova. Bogdanovich wide open. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Bucks leading by 5. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively. And doing their best to maximize possessions, just staying focused with this lead.
Well, it isn't much, but they've been able to capture some of the momentum of this game and increase their advantage.
Bledsoe kicks to Maker. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got 5 assists in the game. Evans passes to Bogdanovich. Kicks it out to Evans. No good again that time.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Here's Maker. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Guys, he can't miss. I swear, he was trying to miss that. He did not miss. That means he can't miss.
Now Evans. 1 second left. No good on the buzzer beater. That'll do it for the first half. The Bucks on top. They lead by 12. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Chris, how did the team's offensive approach improve in that first half?
We didn't have
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. 1 half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 14 points, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Shaq, let's get your take on Milwaukee.
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, splashing to the basket. Just shoot the high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being a more aggressive team, the more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, Ernie.
Kenny, what did you think about Indiana?
Well, they're giving up too many high percentages.
And that does it for our halftime show.
Welcome back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The buildings of downtown reflecting off the gentle waters of beautiful Lake Michigan. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one. He's been everywhere.
It's been about his ability to just lock down the opponent from a defensive standpoint. A lot of shots also being blocked.
Well, I think big guys like to affect shots, but big guys love to send shots into the third row. That's an intimidating factor.
And so in the game for the Pacers, filling out the wings, it's Oladipo and Bogdanovic. Sabonis and Turner inside. And it's Joseph in at the point. Brook Lopez is checked in for Thonmaker. Lopez a screen. Here's Bledsoe. And the jam by Bledsoe.
Bledsoe sort of playing the cat and mouse game here behind the pick and roll and taking advantage of the defense.
Pacers trail by 12. And Joseph kicks to Turner. Knocked away. Here's Sabonis. Lopez with the block. Here's Bledsoe. Yep, it counts. Bledsoe's got 4 points this quarter.
Wow, the energy from Bledsoe in this one, excelling at turning on the jets and getting to the basket.
And last season, not the one Brook Lopez wanted to have before heading into free agency.
He just never seemed to find a place with the Lakers and saw his minutes decline as he wasn't in their plans. Averaged a career low in terms of minutes played per game last year. And I think he still's got a lot to offer and should bounce back closer to his all-star level of output.
And the technical free throw is good.
And Bogdanovic is a confident, efficient player, a guy who can play either the 2 or 3 spots on the floor.
Second half rolling along now, about a minute played here. The shot from the top of the key, he buries it. Bogdanovic has got his second bucket of the night.
This is the kind of guy that you wake up in a cold sweat the night before you play him. Just a matchup nightmare. Tricky, confident, and he takes on all comers.
No good from Bledsoe. Pacers trail by 11. Three-pointer. Hits it from three-point range. 8 points for Bojan Bogdanovic.
And Bogdanovic plays with good rhythm and pace to his game. Has no problem going to the pull-up J when the D lays off him.
And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Antetokounmpo.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times. Because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
Ilyasova, with the height of a big man, he's very much at ease and has a great release.
Fires from deep. But they'll get another chance. Joseph, the pass to Oladipo. And it's Bogdanovic in the corner. Drains it from beyond the arc. Bogdanovic has got 11 points.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Bledsoe against Joseph. Shots good by Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got 6 in the quarter.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And Joseph kicks to Oladipo. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, they've only missed 1 out of their first 5 shots here in the second half, guys. Their offense really moving well, ball snapping, and the shooting looks to be in great rhythm.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Pat Connaughton.
And taking a look now at stats for Bledsoe. Good season for him last year. He averaged about 17 points a game last year. Just over 2 steals and 5 assists. And a quality player. I love what he brings to the table at that backup point guard position.
I think coaches appreciate a guy that comes in and knows how to run the offense with some intelligence. That's exactly what he does.
Down low. Pacers with the rebound. Turner's got 4 rebounds in this game. Oladipo, the pass to Turner. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Bucks have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. And some changes here for the Pacers. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Turner. Young comes in for Domantas Sabonis. And McDermott subbed in for Bogdanovich. And Joseph kicks to O'Quinn. Back to Joseph. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Clearly a foul.
It's his first trip to the line. Free throw good, Joseph.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
And the Bucks making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Dellavedova, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Lopez, a screen on Young. It's stolen by Oladipo. And he goes big with the dunk over Brook Lopez.
Now, Oladipo has had some highlight dunks in his career. There's another one.
And a terrific bit of chaos there in the replay presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Off the screen, Antetokounmpo, and it's O'Quinn with the rebound. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Inside, Oladipo lays it up off the glass. Oladipo's got 14 points.
Oladipo so strong and scoring, even with the D, kind of knocking him around a bit on that play.
Yep, it counts. And the Bucks lead by 10.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
Here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 16. Shot, high post, and there are the Bucks with another bucket.
Beautiful touch. And Giannis, with his height and the quickness, he can get the mid-range shot pretty much any time he wants.
And Oladipo kicks to O'Quinn. Pass to McDermott. Fires for 3. And Lopez pulls it down. Lopez has got 4 rebounds in this game. Near the three-point line, it's Bledsoe. Pacers with the rebound.
And something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another. And you need both elements working together.
No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. Now the Bucks moving it up. Shoots from 8. That one off the back iron and out.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Joseph has an open look. His three-pointer's off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Snell, that's good.
The defense looked lost there. Get out your compass. No excuses. You got to guard the perimeter.
And the Pacers call time here.
Eric Bledsoe is accustomed to playing alongside some other great playmakers in Kentucky. He was with John Wall with the Clippers. He was with Chris Paul. In Phoenix, they had 3-guard lineups. So that ought to help out as they continue to get great chemistry. Giannis and Eric Bledsoe could be a devastating duo.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Henson's checked in for Lopez. Chris Middleton comes in for Tony Snell. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Matthew Dellavedova. Pacers trail by 15. The pass to McDermott. Young sets a screen for McDermott. And again, unable to change momentum here. Well, Eric Bledsoe, as you mentioned, Brent, accustomed to playing on or off the ball.
Well, that helps a little bit with some of the new offensive schemes that Mike Budenholzer is putting into place. He's got that huge wingspan, which he can always bogart a guy defensively. He's a nice fit on the Bucks roster, and he's a good build around that length.
McDermott for 3. He can't get that one to fall. Now the Bucks take it the other way.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him. Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Evans kicks to McDermott. And Middleton with the block.
Well, the long arms of Middleton getting up there on defense and throwing that one away.
They get it again. Out to the wing. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo passes to Henson. And 1:01 left in the third quarter. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
That's a pretty good move. Henson, I'll tell you what, being assertive when he has the ball like that, that's another dimension to the offense on the inside that they could use.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. And Brent, you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo's slashing game. Standing, maybe a hair under 7 foot tall. How do you even put it into words?
Well, it's hard to imagine a more perfect frame for today's game in terms of getting in transition, having a versatile offensive game, putting it down, getting to the rack. The one thing that we're anxious to see is whether or not Giannis will develop the type of range from the three-point line that makes it respectable. Other than that, he's pretty much unstoppable.
A wide open look here for Oladipo. Misses the 3.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it, let it come back to you.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Evans, and Henson sends it back.
Well, he's a great shot blocker. Henson's still trying to bring the rest of his game up to that level.
And stolen by Bogdanovich. Evans inside. Here's Leaf, and Henson sends it back, and he gets it back. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Middleton and Giannis are your small and power forwards. Then there's Bledsoe. Then it's John Henson. And it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Here's Oladipo. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. This is the second year with the sponsored patches on the jersey. Advertising, more or less. Have you gotten used to seeing those things?
Yeah, I think it was no problem last year.
They're small, they're unintrusive,
some
right?
teams did some really cool creative things with the color schemes, and I don't think we've seen the last of that, Kevin.
We see it in European games on their jerseys.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to recognize the number with how many advertisements are on the jerseys. But
billboard.
Yeah, I don't think we're done with it yet.
And Holiday kicks to Oladipo. Knocks it loose. And here we go with Bledsoe. Nobody back.
You got to be wary. Eric Bledsoe's around the rim, and he's coming at you.
Here's Holiday. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That is his first foul of the game. Johnson, he's checked in for Victor Oladipo. Milwaukee on D. Johnson kicks to Bogdanovich. And Henson sends it back. And he recovers it. And he's able to get it back. The shot by Holiday, no good.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And Giannis adding muscle to his frame for these types of situations. He'll keep getting bigger and stronger, but willing to take the hit. Well, Chris Middleton is such a versatile scorer, and because he has the ability to put the ball down on the floor, sometimes defenders are not as willing to close out to him, but last year was in the 74th percentile in spot-up jump shots. It can be devastating for him.
Yeah, I mean, the ball handling and body control for a guy that's Giannis's height, it's really impressive.
And Holiday kicks to Turner. And it's slammed in by Turner.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. And Middleton can hurt you from anywhere. But his mid-range game, Brent, his mid-range game stands out.
Yeah, people don't really realize how effective Chris has been from the mid-range. He's up there with Kevin Durant statistically in some of the numbers. And the fact that he's got that long frame, any switchable defender that's smaller than him gives him the immediate advantage. You know, he talks so much about accurate shooting. Sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
For Milwaukee, they've gotten absolutely red hot shooting the ball here in the fourth. A perfect 6 for 6. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Well, the versatility that Giannis has out there is such a huge advantage to what they can do offensively. Saw that pick and roll well.
Puts up a 3. The rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Antetokounmpo's got 9 points in the quarter.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around it. Oh, I would love to see Giannis in the dunk contest. Wouldn't that be sweet, Kevin?
Mm-hmm. And here's Holiday. Johnson outside. Passes it to Bogdanovich. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time. Bogdanovich has got 12 points here in the second half. Holiday against Bledsoe. Over Holiday. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
How about the ball control from Eric Bledsoe? Got wherever he wanted to go that time.
Holiday with the 3, trains the three-pointer.
And as they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triple. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
Antetokounmpo dishes to Henson. And it's sent back by Turner. Count the basket.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Indiana's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And Holiday kicks to Johnson. On the wing, Turner. All sorts of time, and it comes off the front of the rim.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting 69%, showing you what a well-oiled offense looks like tonight. Here's Antetokounmpo. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Antetokounmpo's got 36. That's tipped. Here's Connaughton. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
A terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Thon Maker's checked in for Milwaukee. The Pacers also changing it up. McDermott's checked in for Johnson. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Bogdanovich. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Indiana called for the foul.
Well, it's interesting as Giannis has grown in this league. The Greek Freak we know is so versatile, just competing to be one of the best players in the business.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for the Pacers. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Bledsoe. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. John Henson's checked in for Thon Maker. Ilyasova comes in for Antetokounmpo. Sterling Brown, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And Brogdon subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. A shot by Holiday, nobody around. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Brown the pass to Brogdon. And the layup's good off the glass.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
The Pacers have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. And Joseph kicks to McDermott. Outside Holiday. They need this. And Henson pulls it down. Henson's got 5 rebounds tonight.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's Brogdon, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Brogdon's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Hey, Brent, you look at how Kyle O'Quinn got to this point. Mostly hard work and proving people wrong.
Yeah, just one Division I scholarship offer out of high school. Ended up being a second-round pick and an unsung player who does a lot of things for you on the inside, plays with tremendous passion. And if I've heard correctly, he is the comedian in the locker room. So what else could you want, Kevin, besides some levity?
Just increasing their advantage. And right now, they're in a zone on both ends.
Love their strategy, and they've been able to execute on it, building a huge lead.
And it's blocked by Brown. Ilyasova passes to Brogdon. Here's Connaughton. He's covered by Joseph. Ilyasova with the ball. Just 5 on the clock. Swiped away. From 11 feet away. Got a piece of it. And they're able to recover. Shots good by Leaf.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
Here's Holiday. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Holiday's got 5 points now in the quarter. Milwaukee has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Milwaukee.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And so many times on the defensive end, he showed off those quick mitts, jumped all over the opposition, and swiped the ball away a number of times.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
Yeah, tick-tock and not much time on the clock left. Double-digit lead and coming up roses.
And Indiana making a change here. Oladipo's checked in. Takes a 3. Good on the three-point shot.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
It's a shame because this is the team we expected to see fighting on every possession. I think it's just too late.
Brogdon kicks to Henson. Back to Brogdon. It's Brown on the wing. Got it. Good job in the low post.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Eric Bledsoe. Eric, a strong performance tonight. What's been the difference?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.
Another me a band for my coat. I got there with us, no being brand from the crest.
change.